I'm ready to do it. It is a Saturday night at some time around 11 p.m. on the West Coast, and that means at least 1 to 2 times a month that it is time for the King and Doc podcast, the most important but least consistent show of all time.
Yeah.
I am one Dr. Man with my man King Hulie. What is up, Hulie?
Bro,
It is
what's up with
Saturday,
that?
and what are we
What's
doing?
up with
How
that
is life,
intro, bro?
friend?
We are 1 minute late, which is considerably, so on time for us. We are 1 minute late.
That's fair. That's fair. I
Yeah,
love
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
Listen,
Like,
we're
we got to
We're like
celebrate these
PBS
wins.
in the old days when they used to start
Right.
everything 5 minutes after, right? You know,
Exactly. Oh, damn. I remember that. TBS 805. I used to wonder why they used to do that.
because you could start something on somewhere else, and if you weren't feeling it, you could still catch the beginning of shit on TBS. That was how I interpreted it.
That makes sense. That makes
Given
sense.
that I was not an executive at TBS, I cannot confirm nor deny whether or not that's true.
It makes complete sense, though. Complete sense.
But that probably means it's not true then if it makes complete sense, because that's not how.
No, it does. It does. It really does make. I mean, it's probably not what. Maybe it's not what they were thinking. Maybe they was thinking, Ted Turner down in Atlanta was thinking like, let me think outside of the box on this starting TV shows.
He's like, okay, don't black people show up late to things to be cool? He's like, what if our network was late? Would that be cool? Like, that's the way an old white man approaches like trying to be cool.
I mean, in that time, he was ahead of his time of thinking.
Yeah,
I think white people are just catching up to that part.
Well, listen,
recently, you know what I
mean? Hey, listen. Sometimes there are visionaries. And that's just true. And no matter where you are, some people see beyond.
I think he was kind of smart, man. I would say that. I'm a big pro wrestling fan, and WCW. He owned WCW, and he the biggest hire that he made that was able to compete with WWF at the time was Eric Bischoff when he gave him control of WCW. That's where the ratings took off. NWO came. I don't know if you remember all this stuff, but that's when the NWO was popular and stuff like that, and ratings started so for there. The Monday Night Wars.
I know that my dad hates Ted Turner for his politics, which means that Ted Turner has good politics. So that right there, big thumbs up for me because my dad fucking hates him, and he's like, oh, he's such a leftist. I'm like, oh, he must be good. I mean, number one, he's a billionaire. He's not a leftist, but my dad doesn't know anything. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah. He was the first owner of a I guess a territory or of a professional wrestling that put the world title on a black man, which is ironically Ron Simmons, who's from Warner Robins, Georgia, where also my daughter lives. His son is her godfather.
Ah,
yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So we're doing 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon all
with Ron Simmons.
But with I'm with
Ron. Oh no, with Ted Turner.
With Ted Turner, yeah. No, that's how you. And now it's 5 minutes after, so we did it in honor of Ted Turner. There you go.
There you go. Boy. Perfect, man. See how we do.
That was for you. Next Ted Turner reference coming up at 11:35.
It's been a weird
week, man.
Been a weird week.
It's been a weird week, just overall. Like everything going on. This is like. I feel like we've transitioned from nightmare world back to really weird world. I mean, there are still plenty of horrible things. The Trump administration wants to expand the use of firing squad, which is the dumbest.
Oh, man.
It's such a waste of our goddamn time. They're going to go through all this stuff, and then the Democrats going to win the next presidency and just undo all of it. It's such a just goddamn waste of our time, but whatever.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's what
firing squad.
Well, and it's just like, ugh, you know what? I don't even want to talk.
Just think about that. Like
era.
Oh, dude, I already seen people already, saying, they want to bring back the firing squad, or they brought back the firing squad on federal. So already in the comments, because I keep an ear with social media, I got to go troll the trolls.
They're doing a dumbass investigation into the Southern Poverty Law Center, which is literally a place that fights racism, and they're trying to claim that they support racism, which is obviously a case they're going to lose yet again, and they're going to be sued into oblivion. I do think, honestly, seriously, I think Donald Trump has a fetish for losing lawsuits. Like, I think that when he loses in court, he jacks off, because no person in court this many times. I don't even know what human could possibly take this level of defeat over and over and over. But hey, let a man do it. Let a play, I guess. What's in your world though? It's a weird world over here. I work and read crazy headlines. What's going on in Hulie land?
Man, what's not going on? I'm just really like preparing for our vacation, which is coming up very soon. I have a big softball game through one of my community partners through work. That's actually going to get some attention on the news, which is I guess would be a good thing for myself. I guess put myself on the map. With my job. What else, man? Oh, that's about it, man. That's about it. Yeah, the kids, in sports. Brandon had his first soccer game today, which he did not participate at all.
Gotta go be a coach now.
Hey, you want to go in? He's like, no.
Coach.
He's like, okay, you got to go in at some point. He's like, no. Yeah, I mean, I'm not coaching right there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be the coach now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put that hat on. Hey, get out of here. The Norwalk Minor C Cubs are still undefeated. We're averaging a little bit over 20 runs a game right now. Shout out to all, all my little cubbies out there. Our next game is on Wednesday. So, hopefully we can, bring home another dub with that. Let's see. What else is going on? What's going on? I'm just really proud of that team, man. They're kicking everybody's ass, dude. And like, the last game they were able to get which is kind of big, saying that people like listen to this shit probably wouldn't get it. But they were able to get like 3 outs without giving up any runs, back-to-back innings. And I always tell people, like, these kids, like, they're listening, they really enjoy playing the sport of baseball. And I'm like, I think we can get to you, because I'm just being very ambitious. I'm like, I think we can get them to return double play. Which would blow everybody's mind, but I think,
I mean, and like you said, at that level,
that's about it, man. Other than that,
but you're right, dude. At that level, like when kids are able to go like 6 straight outs without giving up runs, that's actually pretty amazing. Like even my nephew plays varsity ball, and the level of horrendous play that goes on around him, I feel horrible all the time for him, because these kids can't play, and my nephew can play, and he's surrounded by it's coach ball, so whatever dad is in charge, his son is pitcher, and blah, how this shit goes. So it's obnoxious, baby. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's how it goes. It is. We don't have that issue there, because it's not. I mean, I'm the pitcher. You know what I'm saying? But just watching them like grow and watching them, progress as ball players. They're like from beginning of the last season. This is our second season with them. We're really like the third season, because there's spring ball, fall ball. We're back at spring ball. We get one more season with them before they go off and go into the the minors and stuff like that. And it's sad they'll probably get split up. You know what I'm saying? But it's very special. I'm very connected to this team, man. So I'm gonna miss them.
That's cool, bro.
All the little 5 and 6 year olds who stole my heart.
Who knew who even had a heart, and they found it.
I have one. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Grinch. I'm an asshole. I'm the nicest asshole you'll ever meet. The nicest. 100%. What's up, man? Weird shit going on tonight. You hear what happened tonight at the correspondence dinner?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds. Let's start. Let's go there, because that's a weird one.
Like, that's a very weird one.
I'm not gonna say anything like.
Apparently, shots were fired at the during the White House correspondence dinner this evening. right before. I mean, I would say right before, but like during the. I don't think it had started yet.
I think it
Was
was
Ivy in the
before.
lobby. It never made it into. It never made it into the dining room.
No.
The suspect was apprehended. I
Yeah.
think he's from Southern California, from what I gathered, Torrance to be exact. And I think he was a teacher.
Really?
Yeah. That's
Oh.
what I remember. That's the only thing. That's the only stuff I remember for happening. If you're paying attention to this podcast right now, and feel free to drop in the comment right there, comment section right there. But yeah,
man. You know, listen, I'm not. You know, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna really use measured words here.
yeah.
It's crazy how often this keeps happening. I have to imagine this is some sort of record.
Mm-hmm.
It is truly something.
Yeah.
I don't know why people like. You could have just like voted for Bernie Sanders instead of Hillary Clinton. You didn't have to try to like this could have all been avoided so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just and now like we have these people trying to be super soldiers or something. What are you gonna do? You're gonna charge through all of the Secret Service? Like what do you think? Like this is I mean this shit is dumb.
It is.
And the thing is that all this does is make certain people on the right look correct when they say that people on the left are violent and have no, blah, 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 whatever bullshit they say. This makes them look correct because this is a psychotic thing to do.
Yeah, it is. 100% psychotic thing to do.
Yeah.
My guess was like completely off because I was like, who's to say this is a, maybe this is like another, I don't want to say like a fixed event because all of the details haven't been out, you know what I'm saying? A staged event because all the details have been out.
That's certainly possible.
Yeah. It really, you know what I'm saying, it's very suspicious to me that it comes out right when people are starting to reinvestigate the first attempt. That was, saying stage and stuff like that. I'm starting to see that type of stuff circulate on the internet, where people were like really going back and looking at that and seeing how like the photo op and how everything is just lined up just so perfectly and could this possibly happen, and whatnot. So I don't know, but then none of that makes sense to me. Also, like why would he do that? You know what I'm saying? Like why would he barge through that, knowing that's going to be very, and how did he not die? You understand what I'm saying? Like shots were fired and they took him peacefully. Like since when did they start doing that?
Yeah, that was my question too. Is like, how did that dude live? Like,
yeah, like since when they started doing that?
I was like, how did this guy live? Like, he charged at the president and tried to shoot him. Like, how is that guy not? How is he alive? Like, I agree. I'm very surprised that, the whole, I don't. Again, it's, I'm not pro any assassination. So this is just terrible. Stupid. This is just stupid. And again, it makes us look like, again, if you go
violent, of course.
Yeah, if you go supporting violence, like especially like in a situation like this, like I mean, as much as you may hate him, like this is just never going to be the way. But
I mean, we talked about it before. Political violence is never okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's but it just this is just particularly crazy to me because, like, this is like the third person in a year and a half who's just like, and that's what does throw up a red flag to me. It's like that's again, this doesn't happen. Like people don't like repeatedly do this, and that's what. But like I also like why repeatedly staging these like that would just be so.
Just conveniently, like when something's going on, like to throw something off. You know what I mean? Like to divert the attention off of something else that's going horribly
True. I mean,
You know what I mean?
it's very
And
true that this does continue
and
to
you can
happen.
look at it, you know what I'm saying? Because the last time, well, let's say not the last time, the first time, you know, there was a set, you know, an attempt. It, you know, his approval rating shot up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His you know, saying the polls are showing that he's not doing so well in the polls now. Because due to what's going on, the conflict over in Iran. Another attempt on his life. It kind of makes sense. I mean, it's plausible that this is another staged event.
I mean, it's possible.
A
I mean,
paid agitator.
is,
They like to call people, you know, a paid agitator.
sure.
You know,
Anything is possible. Certainly,
yeah.
anything is possible. I mean, and you know, the one that did happen the first time, like when he was on the campaign trail, like it definitely did. Like he won in part because of that. Like it's true. And I just, but yeah, I don't. I could see. I mean, I suppose it's possible, and the fact that the guy did live certainly gives you some plausibility for that. But I mean, the whole thing, like whether or not it was a setup or whether it is true, it's completely fucking insane. No matter what the situation is, and it keeps goddamn. It's just we live in the dumbest timeline. I've said it so many times, and it continues to be
for
true.
sure. They do. It's the weirdest thing. You know what's crazy? If there are history books in like 10 years, 15 years, this is gonna be part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is gonna be part of it.
History books are good.
You're gonna see all this
heroism.
Yeah, you're gonna see all this heroism like from World War I and World War II and all this stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna get kind of murky around the Korean and Vietnamese War. I think those pages are gonna get stuck together because they don't like talking about those two wars. But then right around the Gulf War, it's gonna pick up again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna pick up
again. Like talking about the Vietnam War because we lost.
Here, you know, at some point, you know, say common sense will return to this country, and they're going to do what they have to do to make sure that this chunk of history is only on one page.
I don't know about that, dude. I don't know.
That's what they back in the day. That's what they did in fucking the history books during like slavery and shit like that. That shit was like one chapter. Like
history is written by the victors. That's very true. It's very true. But I think liberals are going to treat Trump like Hitler, and they're going to like absolutely
never forget
plaster his face with Hitler and with every other dictator throughout history. I think it's going to be and they should. Regardless.
Nah, man.
There was even more devastating news today.
Oh shit, there was.
There was even more devastating news today that hurts deeper than anything that could happen,
bro.
Politically, this is bigger to this country than anything else.
You know what I'm saying? I will say this. You know what I'm saying? As a fellow light-skinned African American, as a fellow light-skinned black man, this set us back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We were coming back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We were showing some. We were showing some shit like
we were on the light skin comeback trail.
We was coming back. This kind of like, you know, but it's fucked us up a little bit, bro. It's fucked us up a little bit. I'm talking about man, your boy Klay Thompson and the cheating scandal with Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? You lose Megan Thee Stallion.
Man, okay. Let's real quick.
Okay.
Let's call out what she said on her Instagram, because she said,
go ahead. Yeah.
And I'm not. I don't have it in front of me, but she said
I'll find it.
You had me playing with your family, and now you're telling me you can't even be monogamous. She's like, you know, because
what she said, cheating.
Anybody
had me around this whole your whole family playing house, got cold feet. Cold feet. Oh man,
yeah, and that's the thing anyone who's on social media,
somebody's mood swings. See, he was acting real light skinned.
Mood swings during the season.
See what I'm saying? Wait. I'm kind of pissed off about that. You know what I'm saying? She, you know what I'm saying? It was all good. It was all good when he was treating her right. You know what I'm saying? Not saying cheating is great. You know what I'm saying? Cheating is bad. 100%. Let me go ahead online and say, where's my where right here? Let me see. Yeah, look right here. Cheating is bad. It's bad. It's very bad. Don't do it. All right. Let me get back. Because she did that, you know what I'm saying? She was so adamant, just so great, like plastered him all over the fucking place when he was buying her cars and doing all this stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's some things like she could have kept to herself. The mood swings, like, you know what I'm saying, as a light skin, you can't be, don't be blasting mood swings though.
She was all over. Anyone who's on social media saw when they did the Thanksgiving together. And she cooked like 40 fucking trays of all this stuff.
Because she's from Texas, though.
She threw down like crazy for Thanksgiving. And, maybe she had some help. I don't know, whatever.
She's from the South. Listen. She did that by herself, I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's okay. So,
she's from the South, bro.
So that's my point is that you see her.
I watched my mother do that shit several times.
Not only did she do that, but she also had the birthday party for him where didn't Bone Thugs and Harmony perform or something? Like she did all kinds of shit. And so
but he did shit for her too.
Well, yeah, but then to come to her and say, I don't know if I could be monogamous, but that shit would piss me the fuck off too. Like I would be losing my goddamn mind.
Yeah. I agree.
If
cheating is bad. If
Megan Thee Stallion can't keep a guy from cheating, what woman can? That must be what women feel like.
Beyonce couldn't keep Jay-Z from cheating. So that just goes to show, listen, these women are fucking crazy. There's got to be a you know what I'm saying? There's got to be a reason.
Women are right that we're all dogs. Yeah. Or women are just right. And we're all dogs.
We are. Yes, but there's some loyal people out there. I'm not gonna say, so there's loyal people out there. There's definitely loyal people out there. You know what I'm saying?
We all get there eventually, but it just
we get there eventually.
We all most of us have to stumble 85 fucking times before we eventually grow up. Yep. Klay Thompson apparently is not there yet. And I just think it's funny because this dude's reputation has been, I'm just on my boat. I love my dog. I'm a baller who's on a boat with his dog. Now you dated a celebrity.
Right.
And now you see the fallout that comes from that. This is not some Instagram hoe that you can just throw away and nobody.
That's what he thought it was. That's what he thought he could get away with too.
Well, that's probably
yeah. Acting real light skin.
It's always an Instagram hoe. It's always an Instagram hoe.
That is
the number one killer of relationships in 2026 is hoes on Instagram.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying with that, he thought he can if he had other relationships prior to Megan Thee Stallion. Obviously, she's probably his most high profile girlfriend, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
these other girls,
these other Instagram girls, maybe he had a relationship with one of his Instagram girls before, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe he tried to treat Megan Thee Stallion the way he treated these Instagram girls.
I think so.
You know what I mean?
And you find out that's not gonna fly. This girl is as famous, if not more famous than you are. Clay's fame is rapidly fading. He's not who he once was. Yeah. And so this was not the move, Clay. This shit is funny as hell to me.
Poor Megan Thee Stallion though, bro. Two of her last relationships, cheating scandal and her getting shot in the foot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the Tory Lanez.
You might want to take a
what
chill
are you
pill.
doing to these men? What are you doing to them?
You didn't go find yourself, girl. You just go find. You know, say go on your a healing journey, whatever they say now. Go on the healing journey because
this is not. I mean,
you gotta look at Turley at that point. You know what I'm saying? I got cheated on. I got shot in my feet. Last two relationship. You gotta look at Turley. You might be the problem.
You think Tory Lanez is out there right now being like, see, Meg? See? This is why I shot you.
He's still in prison for shooting her right now, right?
He's still in prison. I believe so.
He's still in prison for shooting her. So he's telling everybody right now, he's like, see,
I'm not fucking.
He's gonna be like,
handle that shit either, dog.
Listen, he's gonna be like talking to his attorney. He's like, yo, see if we can use this as you know what I'm saying? It's evidence. If Klay Thompson, who's not a hood dude, would just fucking cheat on her, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's gotta be, you know what I'm saying? There's gotta be a reason he did that. You know what I mean?
And the funny thing is,
which is probably the same reason I shot in the foot.
Yeah. the funny thing is that, like, in the NBA, this doesn't matter at all. Like, your reputation, this is the reputation of NBA players. Like, Anthony Edwards has 97 kids with 307 different women.
And he got
he doesn't even give a fuck about it.
Yeah,
and in the NBA, they don't give a fuck. But Clay is like his NBA, he's almost done in the NBA. You're about to move on to, like, you could have done like movies. Now you just fucked that up. Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, hell yeah. If you are absolutely. If you are married to one of the most famous musical artists in the world, you absolutely can back your way into jobs you did not earn.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You said movies though. And I'm like,
yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying he could star in movies, but he absolutely could get bit parts in movies. Absolutely, he could have. Dude, there are all sorts of things he could have done for himself using the PR just from being in this relationship. And I'm not saying that's the point of a relationship, but my point is just like Clay is on his way out, and this now like drives a stake in, like, his reputation is now going to be garbage. It's just very funny because for a man who was once so much loved by everyone throughout the entire NBA because he plays so hard and he never takes a day off and he loves his dog and blah blah blah. Now he's a loser with a bad attitude.
Shit! Wait a minute.
And mood swings, and he cheated on Meg Thee Stallion, and the shit is just funny. So
he's just acting real light skinned, man. That's all it is. Mood swings and shit like that. I do that from time to time.
You're focused on that part of it.
I just understand, like, being a light skinned dude, that's very bad. So that's not a good look for us right now. You know what I'm saying? This she exposed like the light. You know what I'm saying? That just confirms, like, you have those stereotypes that you don't want.
It's like how I said that Leonardo DiCaprio needs to date a 35-year-old woman for a little bit, just to give me a break, just to give me reprieve from having to hear how all white men only want to bang 20-year-olds. I need Leo to just sleep with a 35-year-old just for like 6 months.
Right.
Just for like 6 months.
Right. Now,
it will help so much.
Listen, now if wholesome ass fucking Klay Thompson cheats on Megan Thee Stallion, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Though Leo was like our greatest white guy. Leo was our greatest white guy for so long, and now he's
what's that say for us light skinned dudes? So who was trying to get past the player image? You know what I'm saying, that was thrown at us for so long.
That's fair. Boy. You know what? That's fair. That's fair because all of the most famous light skinned dudes right now are famous for being handsome as fuck and like having blue eyes. And they host. You're not wrong. You are not wrong about this. No, I got it. Listen.
And just don't say it.
You're not wrong. But again, I get it. Because again, Leo is our best white guy that we've had. And I'm like, dude, just and now he's not that way. And now I don't even know
with the best white guy you've had.
Well, that's the problem. It's like, who do you even look to as a white guy now? I don't know. I'm not really sure. Like, who is like Bernie Sanders, he's like the best white guy. He's not, Paul Rudd, maybe.
Maybe Paul Rudd. I think Paul Rudd is probably the best white guy.
Paul Rudd, Chris Evans, someone in the Marvel universe is probably the best white guy.
I don't know. Chris Evans is from Boston. I just found that out.
So that you're right about that. That obviously bumps him up 20 times in the rankings.
No, it doesn't. No.
I'm talking about John Krasinski, another hero, Matt Damon. No. Paul Rudd. Actually, I think Paul Rudd is. But here's the thing: Chris Evans is Captain America, and so that's the one thing that we have going for us as a white guy is like, we had Captain America because that's obviously a very old thing for a white guy to be Captain America.
Like I said, he's from Boston. You wait.
Yeah. I understand. You only have the ability.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. I just wait. You wait to old footage.
I understand. You're immature and you don't have a second joke. I got you.
No, you wait till old footage of him saying the N-word comes out. He's from Boston. They're fucking racist there. That's my point. Has nothing to do with, fuck that city, but it has nothing to do with that. Not because of the baseball team, but fuck that city.
When you make a second joke, I'll be really impressed.
It's not a second joke. I wasn't even joking.
No,
Boston is racist.
Every discussion about everything gets devolved. I hate Boston. I know.
No, okay. Boston is racist. That's the whole point of that. Chris Evans is from Boston. I'm just saying, you want to put him like the best white guy. I don't know. Just wait to make sure there's no
You're right.
no footage of him
That was
saying the N-word.
definitely a comment that was worthy of being broken down and not a funny joke about an actor in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, I mean, okay. What's up, man? You good?
I'm good.
All right. Let's
I think it's time.
It's time. No. This did you see before
Yeah. You got it. Yeah, let's talk.
Did you
I want to hear
have
it.
you had a chance to see Michael yet?
I
Have
have
you heard
not.
any of the reviews? Have you heard any reviews about it?
I heard it was really good. I haven't read reviews or watched anything like specific about it, but I've read a bunch of people who saw it like on Twitter all had like good things, but I haven't read like a particular review.
Okay. Well, I had a chance to check it out, man. It's a I thought it was really good. But so at first, like I saw the morning I checked it out, I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score, and they had a really low score for like Rotten Tomatoes, and I was like, that's no way possible because like the feedback I'm getting back from from the premiere was a lot of people saying it was it was well done. Saying I can't think of the director's name, but he's directed the Bohemian Rhapsody. He also directed Training Day or something like that. He has some work behind him, like some credible work behind him, and like in the biopics. And like if you've seen Bohemian Rhapsody, which I thought was a really, really good film.
Antoine Fuqua.
Yeah, Antoine Fuqua. Which I thought was a really good film. He handled this one. I think he did a really good job with this. Jafar Jackson playing his uncle did a really good job. 200 million global is the first day is fucking crazy. The movie itself, it starts with started out basically, it covers from right before the Jackson Fives get discovered until the bad era. You know what I'm saying? So like Michael, if you know Michael Jackson, I'm a big fan of Michael Jackson. I grew up watching him. This is for for another episode, but I don't believe any of the allegations against him. I feel like they're all bullshit. But that's beside the point. This movie didn't touch into that, and a lot of people I think were upset. Some people were upset because the movie didn't touch into it. A lot of people don't realize like how huge of a megastar Michael Jackson was. In 2 hours, it's not going to cover the entirety of his life, so it's not going to get into that. If it did, like you would have felt like, oh, the movie was rushed because you try to jam pack everything that was going on with Michael Jackson into that little bit. But it picked up from where like I said, when he was a child in Gary, Indiana, in their living room, they're rehearsing. He does. There was a moment in there, like saying in that part where it, like gave me chills. Like they isolated his vocals for when he was singing the song. God, I can't think of it off the top of my head. Damn, the name of the song. But it was probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard in my life. Like I saw it in IMAX, and maybe it was a sound or whatever, but you heard like just the Christmas, like the pain in this guy's voice, in his kid's voice, and he's just a kid. He's only 10. Like just everything, which is so mature, and it was so weird. It was coming out of that little body. You know what I'm saying? So like it gave me chills. Damn, I was moved. I ain't gonna hold you. I was moved to tears with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just listening to it, it was beautiful. But like as the movie progresses, man, like I've kind of said it talked about like went into like the control Joe Jackson had over his kids, over like the whole thing. You saw how when Michael was like starting to outgrow the group. You know what I'm saying? Like the struggle with that between his father, with him and his father, and like watching his father like just exploit him, and him truly, saying being alone, knowing what that is, saying and understanding that. Kind of felt sorry for Michael. You know what I mean? During that point, saying, and because think about it, at 10 years old, he's like on the national stage, saying, and nothing's ever. And people like look, saying was constantly looking at them the entire time. Just him understanding that having to grow up a little bit before his time, and having to understand that not everybody that's nice to him has his best interest involved, saying in mind. You know what I mean? And that in itself can make a person a very lonely person. You know, um, which was crazy. It was a very very good film. Of course, like the music, you know what I mean. Uh, his music was like amazing. Uh, Jafar Jackson, his nephew, did a wonderful job portraying Michael Jackson. Um, I think I mean, check it out. I think everybody will like it, man. If you can go see it, man, go out to the movie theater to see it. I wouldn't wait to for the streaming. If you can, go check it out. Take your girl.
I mean, it's one of those things with biopics. It's like you always
Mhm.
wonder, like, how accurate is a project or whatever. And so,
Right.
his nephew being in it certainly makes it feel like, um,
Yeah, wonderful
at,
job, dude. Sometimes
at the
like you
very least, that his portrayal would be true to what he knew about his uncle or whatever. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? He probably wouldn't do a movie that he felt like was like completely false or whatever. I mean, I don't know him, I guess, but I'm just saying, like, if you were making a movie about your uncle, I would think that you would want it to be accurate. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah, sure.
unless it was a fantastical whatever, it would seem.
Right.
And so that's one thing about this that was interesting to me was when I saw that it was his nephew who was doing it. I was like, that I found that intriguing, and I actually was curious if they were going to touch on the whole. I kind of figured they would just skip that whole thing because, again, with his nephew playing him, like, and him having denied, every allegation forever. Like, I don't know why. I don't understand why anyone would expect that to be a part of this movie because, from what I understand, again, I haven't seen it, and from what you said, though, it's like it seems to be a celebration of him as an artist. So we're not necessarily telling every single story from his entire life. And again, to be completely honest with you, I do not know enough about that whole situation. Like, I never watched the trial. I never read anything. I don't know anything. I
mean, if they do cover it, it will be in the next movie.
Sure.
Because there definitely will be a next movie.
Sure.
Like I said, you can't jam pack the entire
no
life of Michael Jackson into 2 hours. That's fucking
no, and
impossible.
that's the thing is that you have to decide: are you telling a particular story? Are you trying to tell the whole story? Are you telling an era? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to decide like what you're doing. And I think it's better when a movie like this, a biopic, says, okay, we're going to focus on these 10 years. And then, we'll worry about the other 10 years another time or whatever.
Right.
Because I agree with you when movies get made where they try to put everything from an entire, and the thing is that
that's how I felt about All Eyes on Me, the Tupac biopic.
Yeah.
I felt like they tried to tell that could have been 2 movies. You know what I'm saying? Honestly.
Or you end up with a 5-hour movie, like,
or they could have picked it up later, so you end up with a 5-hour movie. You don't want to.
Was it the Doors movie was like crazy long? I think. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah.
No, I have no opinion on Michael Jackson from that perspective because I literally know nothing. Generally, from what I have read about it, it did seem to me like most of the stuff said about him was bullshit. I don't. Yeah. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert. I'm not going to say one thing the other way. But
like I said, watching this movie, you kind of a lot of people's like, well, his excuse is he didn't have a child. He fucking did it. You got to look. You got to look at that. He really didn't. Like his dad was like the way Joe Jackson was on them kids, man. It was no way possible. And then and he was already different. Saying he was a shy kid growing up. Very, saying and if you are a shy person, then you understand. He didn't. There was a lot of things that terrified him. He didn't do it, and then plus, like you coming from like a totalitarian disciplinarian type, father. Your father is that tough on you, or that tough on everybody in the family, and he feared his dad. You saw that. You know what I mean? Yeah. You picked up on that vibe in the movie.
His dad was the original, crazy stage parent.
Yeah, who, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So like it's like. Sort of, I mean, there was a movie. There was like a biopic that came out. Like it was like a series that came out in the early '90s, and you kind of saw like it introduced the world to like the way Joe Jackson was with his kids. Michael Jackson in interviews has often said that his dad was violent. Jermaine the same thing. Tito the same way. They often talked about how like how tough his dad was. In fact, all of those kids lived there until really Michael pulled away from the family. He had to pull himself away from the family. You know what I'm saying? Because he was growing way further than them. And then his father at the same time. That to me, that's why it took so long between the Thriller album and the Bad album. You know what I'm saying? Because his dad was like, well, no, you're going to go on tour. You're going to go on tour. I'm going to get my belt. That type of shit. But these grown ass fucking men you doing this to. You know what I mean? And his brothers were allowed to, when it was against, Joe's advice, you know what I'm saying? But they were allowed, they were more into like dating and, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. Like, you know what I mean, the girls and stuff like that. But Michael, as a very shy person, he, it was things he didn't do, So I kind of understand, the whole, him not having a childhood thing. I kind of get it. I get it more, but I don't know. But people, I just know people found that freaky.
Yeah, I remember that like sort of explanation. And again, it's understandable. Like people do, when they have that taken away from them by an abusive parent, they do sort of recoil into that. So it wouldn't shock me at all. Again, I also don't think that like it is one of those things that can be very difficult. Like when someone is accused of like when you have like Bill Cosby or R. Kelly, it's not like those dudes did that shit. We know they did it.
Yeah.
And we know that what they did. But when you have someone like this is accused, like when people are like, oh, you can't listen to that person, someone accused, it's just like I don't understand what, like, it's not as if he was ever convicted of anything. I guess I just don't understand why people wouldn't, like, of course his family would want to make a movie about him that celebrates and talks about what he went through. So I'm not surprised, but again, it's definitely I think, like you said, 200 million already. So it's clearly
it's gonna be
huge money. So
it's Michael Jackson. It's still Michael Jackson.
I think the kids today don't know like how big, Thriller is the only album that has supposedly sold 100 million copies to this day. And that's not verified. Like that's like one of those, because there's a lot of different systems that add up to the total. But nonetheless, that album is by far the highest selling record of all time. And I think that a lot of people today don't like, because no artist today has the same level of cultural impact because there's a billion channels, there's social media, there's a billion artists. There's not just one radio station. Things are different now. So I don't think people understand how fame used to be. Because what fame is now is not what fame was.
It's crazy, man. You just, like I said, my 6-year-old autistic son knows who Michael Jackson. I like each phase of Michael Jackson. I can show him boy Michael Jackson. Oh, that's Michael Jackson. Or I can show him fucking Beat It. Thriller Michael Jackson. Oh, that's Michael Jackson. Or I can show him Wacko Jacko Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? The later Michael Jackson. Oh, he knows it's Michael Jackson. They know who Michael Jackson is, and it's crazy. Michael Jackson died 11 years before he was born, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah. It is. I remember that happened too. Like the way, the world, like his funeral is crazy, but
bro, I think that's up there. I said, where were you when 9/11 happened? Where were you, Elvis? We found out Elvis died, and where were you when found out Michael Jackson died? Butch Cassidy's sitting at the bar, about to eat some wings, and I happened to look up, and I was like, that's a typo. There's no way fucking possible. What Michael Jackson? Did he play in the NFL? Michael Jackson in the NFL? What Michael Jackson? King of Pop? Shit, you tripping. He ain't dead. You tripping.
He's with Tupac in Cuba.
He's with Tupac in Cuba. Him, Tupac, and Kobe right now.
The Illuminati Hotel.
Fuck. It's time, dude.
Speaking of how things used to be.
Yeah, speaking of how things used to be, man.
We kind of went right into it perfectly.
Exactly. Without any intentions, dog. Without any intentions. It is time. It is time for the top 10. And this week's top 10 is a top 10 things from the 90s that need to be brought back, according, obviously, to the King of Doc.
I was doing top 10, not Wakanda Forever, to be clear. I was trying to do 10, and then I realized it was like I was doing Wakanda
No,
Forever.
yeah.
I mean, I did just watch Black Panther, so Wakanda Forever. Why not? That's fine. I'm down for that too. But also top 10.
Top 10. I got number 10, right? The top 10, number 10. Number 10 is waiting a week to watch new episodes, man, of your favorite TV shows. I miss that, dude. I miss first off, I kind of miss the TV guy, you know. So you watch you pick up the say the little TV guy and you're like, oh man, Fresh Prince is coming. What's going on in this episode of Fresh Prince? Kind of get like the synopsis was gonna go on, talk about it amongst your friends and stuff like that on Fridays because the Fresh Prince came on Mondays at 7 p.m. Central Time. I remember that, from growing up because I grew up in Alabama. It was just Central Time zone. So we talk a little bit about the Fresh Prince because, whatever. Then we would watch the episode, right? And I couldn't wait to get home to talk to my, wait to school the next day to talk to my friends about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And we talked about it all fucking week, right? Talked about it all fucking week. And then we started getting excited because, like, on Friday, the new the TV guide would drop. So somebody would, bring that shit from home. We'll read about the synopsis of Monday. Okay, we'll start talking about Monday, and then so on and so on, man. So I kind of miss, instead of like you doing all the whole bench thing, because like now everybody binges, and you can't even talk about like discuss a specific episode because even if you bring up that episode, like people are like, hey, which episode are you talking about? And then you have to think about like, season 2, episode 6. That's the one I'm talking about, but. If we continue to watch them week by week episodically like that, they came out like they did back in the day, we could have a great conversation for a whole week about an episode instead of like a condensed 2-minute episode file, which before was like thinking like, I don't know. What you think, dude?
I remember, especially with like I know what you mean to some extent. I do love binging just because it's so great to be able to not have to wait. But I do,
I mean that's cool too. It is.
I do miss the social aspect of. I know what you're talking about in terms of like the way that it, what do you think is going to happen in the next one? And we used to talk about things a lot more, even into the the 2000s. It still was that. It's really the last 10 years where everything has become it's released in one day. And again, it's not that I don't, there are certain aspects to it I like, but I know what you mean. I feel you. Yeah. Number 9. This
sorry, my bad.
Movies where the president punches a guy. Here's the thing. We really have lost like a movie where, either a Harrison Ford or an Alec Baldwin or these days an Idris Elba maybe goes and, throws motherfuckers off of his plane or out of his house, perhaps off of his train, maybe a submarine. Listen, I'm spitballing, but the point is that in the 90s, the president was always like a former soldier who would, at a certain point, beat the shit out of the Russian dude. Because it was always a Russian dude, right? Like in the 80s and 90s, it was always a Russian guy. Sometimes it's sort of like a nameless Middle Eastern Soviet, but they're Russian. They're like speaking Kazakh. They're Russian. That's the point here. And so I miss like there are probably like 10 movies where the president drives up in a black SUV and punches someone in the face. And it's always a Chevy Suburban. It is a black Chevy Suburban every single goddamn time. And there's like 10 of them and the windows are all blacked out. And then the president's like driving one because, everything's gone wrong, or because he's leading the motorcade because he's such a badass. I mean, in Independence Day, the president literally gets in a fighter jet and goes and attacks the aliens. Yeah, that's the greatest thing that ever happened in 90s films. I mean, that he literally, the president's like, no, fuck this. I'm going to the front lines. That's like the exact opposite of what every world leader would do now. And we don't have that in our movies anymore. And I need it now. I need leaders who put themselves right in the front of danger because they're so awesome that they know that they will succeed. And they say things like, get off my plane. I mean, come on, Air Force One, great movie, right? I mean, come on, these are classic. Yeah, I mean, you got
absolutely. I was thinking about Air Force One, man.
Yeah,
I was thinking like,
Air Force One is
but I went down to war mode. I was like, man, did old boy like put somebody in the face in Independence Day?
Well, he fires missiles, but I'll take that. It's similar.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, because like I don't know. Air Force One was a good one. That was another one. There was another one where a president punched a guy. That's a total '90s thing to do.
Exactly.
Complete '90s things to do.
Yeah, the president is always a fighder in the '90s. Only in the '90s.
And you're absolutely right, because like from like the '80s, like the mid '90s, it was so there was always like some Russian dude, and it kind of transformed into like some Arabic dude, like somewhere in the mid '90s, like you know what I'm saying. So it was kind of you know some shit, bro.
I do miss that one. I'm telling you.
You know what I miss? I miss old number 7 here. Number 7, making shit a blockbuster motherfucking night, man. Just imagine it's Friday night. You know what I'm saying? Your mom is like, hey, get in the car. We finna go to Blockbuster. And you're like, shit, hell yeah. What movie am I going to get right now? Ace Ventura just dropped. Oh, shit, man. Maybe we can get the mask. But before you do that, you got to make sure your copy of Major Payne was rewound because they, so there's a fee for that. So you get in that Blockbuster. It smells like just, smells like popcorn. And then, you know what I'm saying? And everything like is just great in there. You know, it's well lit. You rush it like the new releases, and you look behind everybody. So you looking for a copy because they held them like right behind the thing, and so those things are usually gone soon. You know what I'm saying? So you hit the new releases, then you start thinking about like nostalgia. It's like I haven't seen this movie in a minute, so you go down like each aisle and try to find like a comedy, or maybe you want to watch something else. Your mom gets Boomerang for the 3rd time. You get you get like the so she tries to force the Lion King going. You're like nah. I want to watch Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. And she reads the back and she's like, I guess who's Jim Carrey? He's like, the white boy from fucking from what's it called from why am I having brain fart tonight? From In Living Color. Yeah, him. She's like, oh, cool. We can watch that together. I'm like, dang, all right. So you get there, you pop that thing in. Your mom orders either get some stuff from Pizza Hut, which will make it an appearance later on in this top 10. You get some pieces for Pizza Hut, or you order some Chinese food, and everybody sits on sits at the table, and you pop those movies in. Get that popcorn together. You eat your dinner, you eat your pizza. You got your popcorn, you got your soda. It's a beautiful day. Sometimes you even run into a friend in there, you know what I mean, or somebody from school. You see somebody from school, and you kind of get to see how that side lives, you know what I mean? So it's kind of, it's a good thing, man. You remember Blockbuster Nights? Your Blockbuster Nights was special?
I do. I miss Blockbuster and I miss Hollywood Video. And the other thing I missed about it was I would always try to convince my mom to let me rent a video game. Because
man, I didn't talk about that part. Yeah.
You'd always let me rent a movie, but I was like, can I also rent a video? And so that would be the second thing that I would have to try to convince my mom to let me get a video game. Because I always wanted, whatever the newest. Because, especially back in the day, it wasn't like, okay, 2K comes out every October.
Right.
There were different games, and there would be, Michael Jordan wouldn't be in this basketball game, but he'd be in this one. And so I'd want to play whatever the new one was that had the different license. And so, I always had to play the different one. Yeah. I miss that, like you said, it's like a ritual. Because the thing about now, with streaming and everything else, it's like, okay, you turn on streaming, you pull up DoorDash, so you never leave your fucking house. Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't go anywhere. Like
you go from room to room.
yeah, dude. Renting consoles. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm gonna tell a story real quick. Okay. So I am like 14 years old, and we rented a PlayStation 2 console from Blockbuster. Okay. And we were literally 30 minutes late returning it past the like 1 week window. So they were like trying to charge my mom another $150 or something.
No way.
And my mom fucking loses it. And she like goes crazy on this kid. And he's like, It's on the contract. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read the back of my receipt. My mom like just goes in on this guy. And like at a certain point, he like almost starts crying. He's like, I didn't write this. He's like, some of us are just trying to work our way through college. And he's like, eyes are welling. And my mom's like, ugh, and my mom's like losing it on him. And he finally refunded the money. And here's my favorite part. We leave. But I was like, that's pretty badass. She realized that she didn't pay for the Diet Coke that she had. So she went back in to pay for it. So she like cussed this kid out, made him feel horrible about himself, made him cry, successfully stole a Diet Coke, then walked back in and looked him in the fucking face and paid for it. Like, that's funny. I was like, that's the most gangster shit I've ever seen my mother do. Like, that was like the fact that she had the audacity to go back in. Like, you could just leave. You could just walk away with that and be like, this Diet Coke is the spoils of war. But no, my mother went back in to like make this guy face her again.
Oh man, that's funny.
My mom hates that story, but I love that story very much. She's like, he wasn't crying. I'm like, oh yeah, he was crying, Mom. I was there. I remember he cried.
Two things. I bought my PlayStation 2 from Blockbuster, and I also shoplifted from Blockbuster. That's a whole nother story. That was a funny story. And yeah, we got out of that one. That was fucking crazy. I don't know how the hell that happened, but I don't know. Anyway. What's
number 7?
Yeah.
Here we
go. Number 7.
Let's do it. So,
all right.
A pool hall in every strip mall. And what I said that sounds like a political promise that I'm making like in the future. Here's the thing. In the 90s, like you could find pool halls like everywhere. Like we used to go to this place called Famous Sam's, and it was just like a bar. They had a bunch of pool tables. It had a jukebox. I liked the chicken strips and French fries. It was whatever. But the main attraction was essentially pool tables. And these days, like, number one, strip malls are dying all across the nation, as they likely should be. But you can find pool tables like in other places. Like you can go to Main Event, which is like a Dave & Buster's ripoff, and you can pay a bunch of money to play pool around a bunch of people who hate pool and will get in your way and walk by you and bump into your pool cue and all this shit. You can play pool in a bowling alley, which will have like 2 pool tables, and there will be like some weird drunk dude in the corner who lives there who's like staring at you and makes everything extremely uncomfortable. Like it used to be that pool was readily accessible all over the place. We had a very European mindset in the way that they view billiards. And now it's gone. And I want it back. I truly miss playing pool. This is, and you know, maybe it's, I don't live in a big city anymore, but I miss when it was incredibly easy to find a place to go play pool. It is not so anymore. And this also has led to a drastic reduction in air hockey, which I am very not okay with.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Immediately.
Are you good at air hockey?
I am good at air hockey.
Okay. Yeah, we have to play each other.
It's been 20 years now. I mean, not 20. It's been a while. I don't know. I was very good at air hockey, but I feel like now I'd be like, oh, I'm rusty. I got to work on my game. You know, right. I'd be like, you know, I'm like running. Like, I got to do like the training montage, you know, like, I'm like, ooh, I got to get my, you know, I'm like hitting pucks with like tiny little, you know, to like work on my like. There's an Asian guy in the corner staring at me for some reason, you know.
He's teaching you angles and whatnot.
Exactly. Yeah. Always an Asian guy though. Your guru has to be Asian, or they don't know it.
That's a good one, man. Yeah, pool halls are definitely, dude. Like you don't see them.
I miss them. I
used to. You know what I mean? Like I used to. Like,
I mean, now they're always a part of something else. There are so few places that are just to go play pool. That was a thing, and that is dead now, and I miss it. I love
round one has probably like 6 pool tables. And you're like, and they're all just
dude. That's the thing.
They're wildly too close together.
And it's like people bump into you, and there's some dumbass who's drunk, and let's go, bro. I got winner, and it's like, no, I don't know you. Go the fuck away. Man. Like you know,
that's another story I have. Oh man, we're gonna have to
There's
have an
always a
episode.
story.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have an episode of like Hulie stories. have another one. I spent a night in jail because of that one. All right. Man,
There's a story.
that is definitely a story. It's definitely a story. Number 6. These bad boys, man. Fruitopia, man. There's nothing better than saying scoring like 17 touchdowns and during PE and knowing that you're on the first block of lunch that follows your PE period and you hit that courtyard and you see that Fruitopia machine right there. You know what I'm saying? You put your dollar in, it shoots back out 25 cents because they were only 75 cents. Put your dollar in, it shoots back out your quarter. You hit whichever flavor you put. Mine preferably was was the fruit passion. So bomb. Take that first sip of that, man. Everything, the world is just so much better. You know what I'm saying? It puts a perfect cap on your phenomenal PE period. You know what I'm saying? Whether you score like 75 points in say won 13 games of 21 in a row. But that first sip, it's Fruitopia, man. Fruitopia was just bomb anyway, man. Did you like it? Did you try any?
Yeah, dude, I love green Fruitopia, which I believe was kiwi strawberry. That was my.
That also was a banger. That was also was a banger. Yes,
yeah.
Sir.
Fruitopia, and then later Vault. Coke used to make so much delicious shit. Like, I want to break into Coke headquarters and just steal all of the old soda that they have. You know? That's true. Fruitopia. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Fruitopia beat Blockbuster on the list. That's true. That's yeah. Fruitopia was good as hell, man. I used to drink that all the time. Oh, yeah. Kiwi strawberry.
It's that first sip, dude. Like, PE, man, because like I would always have PE. I was blessed to have PE. Then like I would get the first lunch rate. I would always get like the third block of my say junior high school was like third block was always like PE. And then right after that, I dress out, take my time, getting dressed out and stuff like that. And head right over to the courtyard and hit that Fruitopia machine.
Yeah. I do miss Fruitopia. It was just like it was good as hell. I bet you'd be good as hell with tequila too. It's too bad. It's
oh yeah, see now, like now that I'm an adult, I can't mix it with shit. Pissed off behind that.
Exactly. I need them to bring it back so I can put alcohol.
Man, you 20-year-olds who are in the 90s right now. You guys are so lucky.
Yeah, seriously. That's the thing. Those guys, those kids were drinking Fruitopia and shots of vodka. They didn't know how they had it. Those bastards. Those bastards.
I know, man. That's crazy. We'll find some Fruitopia, put some vodka in, and we're gonna have a good night. Damn it!
All right.
What's next?
Number 5, and this one's near and dear to me because I'm fucking tired of this shit. 22 episodes of a show. Like, listen, we're literally reaching a goddamn point where they're like, check out this new season of our show. It's 3 episodes. That's not a season, okay? A season is 22 goddamn episodes. 25, preferably, but 22 minimum. Now, I understand we're trying to make slightly higher quality shows, so we're going to spend more money per episode. We're going to blah, 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 blah. That's not really what happens, though, is it? No. What happens is you just make fewer episodes. It's just lame. It's just stupid as fuck. I'm tired of less media because companies don't want to spend money creating the thing that we're trying to watch. You want to make money from us. You want me to watch 6 episodes of something and be as invested as when you used to make 100 episodes of a show. No, I'm not going to do that. That's fucking stupid. Like, here's what I don't understand. They've gotten it with movies because, listen, I love Mission Impossible and there are 8 of them. So they figured that out. We enjoy Marvel movies and there are 17 trillion of those. So why the hell are we making 1 episode of a show and calling it a season? Like, we're literally almost to the point where we're at British TV levels. Because in British TV, they literally do make like 14 episodes of a show and that's it forever. And we're almost to a point where we're doing that. And in some cases, we are doing that. Yeah. And I'm not saying that there are not certain situations where one-off, short-run things make sense. But the entire industry shift from 22 episode seasons to 15, and then 12, and now basically 6. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Just fuck you. Just fuck you. That's how I feel about that. When I see anything less than 20, I'm pissed off. And that's how I feel about that.
Oh, I agree with you, man. That's I mean, if it's an hour long, I get it. You know what I mean? But if it's like your show is like half an hour and it's not 20 episodes plus, yeah, it's not a real season. I don't like those things.
Psych
It's
was
like
an hour-long show, and they would do 15 episodes. I can handle that, but I still think...
See, that's good. That's really good, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can handle that. But this 6-7 episode bullshit is just insulting. It's just insulting.
It's a waste of time.
Exactly. It is.
It's a waste of time.
That's exactly right.
Waste of time.
I'm not going to get emotionally attached.
Right. There's no way possible. Where are we? Number 4. Number 4. We need to bring back this shit, dude, because 39-cent cheeseburgers on Wednesdays. Let's bring those back, man. There was nothing better than just like, taking you like a $5 bill, going up to McDonald's with you, after you get out of football practice or baseball practice or anything like that. Because you're hungry and you're a teenager, you could just eat with whatever the fuck you want. And get you just, how many ever like cheeseburgers, like 39 cents will get, $5 will get you. I mean, you sit there with your boys and everybody got a sack of cheeseburger. You just fucking going to town on them things, man. Talking about all your issues, talking about all your, seeing little bullshit you got going on, your little girlfriend, saying she didn't, she sent you a note and, you don't understand the tone because, things get lost in translation and shit like that. But if you've been to McDonald's lately, the prices are ridiculous. 39-cent cheeseburgers solved a lot of issues back in the day, man. So many issues.
Bro, that was literally, what's really funny is I had Blockbuster and McDonald's on my list, and you got to both of them before I did. I was like, all right, cool. Because I was about to say Blockbuster, and then you said Blockbuster. I was like, excellent. And then I was gonna say McDonald's like cheap menu, and he said, I was like, all right.
I was gonna say the dollar menu. I was thinking of the dollar menu, but I was like, let me get more specific. Let me take it back. Because
it used to be even better. Dude,
yeah.
Remember when you could go to Taco Bell with $5 and you could eat like a king? You know,
man, you could feed your fucking family with $5 at Taco Bell back in the 90s.
It was a different world. Dude, you're not wrong about McDonald's. I went to Vegas recently I drove up for the day just for fun. I stopped in this small town in Arizona. It's Wickenburg. All right. I went to McDonald's. I used their app to get a $2 breakfast sandwich. So that's fine. $2. Cool. I'll go with that. But I added the sandwich to the app. After that, it was $8 fucking for a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. $8.
Fuck that.
Not for a meal.
$1 back in the day.
Not for a meal. For the sandwich, dog.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Again, I used the app thing because I was like, I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not paying that, but Jesus Christ.
Right. When I looked
McDonald's used to be, and you know what? It's good because McDonald's is horrible for us. We should not be going there. It's
when
good to take their prices.
When I looked at that picture, I saw the back in the day, like I think it was like 94, 95, maybe even 96. The Big Mac meal, $2.99.
Yeah.
That shit, I looked at it today because I thought about getting a Big Mac. I love Big Macs. Big Macs are probably one of my favorite McDonald's burgers. It is my favorite McDonald's burger. Big Mac, the sandwich alone was like damn near $5. You know what I'm saying? And then the combo was like $12. I was like, man. What the fuck is going on here? Why do I still give you guys money?
And the Big Mac is smaller than it used to be.
Yes, considerably smaller. And I always thought because like my hands were smaller as a kid, but now I have bigger hands. I have like some pretty big hands now. Man. Yeah. They definitely shrank. It definitely shrank. I am not sure. Dude. What's up, man? What's up? Where we at? Number 3?
Number 3. Now, Hulie gave me some pushback on this one, but we're still running with it because it's still technically true. Number 3 is affordable theme parks. Now listen, Hulie was like, man, no theme park was affordable to me. And I was like, okay, fair enough. But the point I'm making is now, if you want to go to Disney, you literally got to choose like, do I want to buy a house or do I want to go to Disney? Do I want to pay my mortgage or do I want to go to the Disneyland hotel? I mean, look at these tickets. These are sometime in the 90s. You can see that these are reasonable, regular. This is $75 for an annual pass listed on here for a child, but whatever. Like now, an annual pass to Disneyland for a child is probably something like $32,000. So, like, it's it's absurd what has happened to the point. Again, we all know about it. Capitalism, blah 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 blah. But truly, we're literally at a point where theme parks have priced out everyone from the super rich from being able to go more than like once a decade, because you have to like plan for years to go to a Disneyland theme park at this point. There are other theme parks that are more affordable, but we all know where the kids want to go. And so now I have to open a bank account and put like a percentage of my income, like it's a fucking 401k, to eventually be able to afford a $15 soda at Disney World. Like, Jesus Christ, man. And like, I'm going to do all this, by the way. I'm saying this is all going to happen.
You are not wrong, sir. You are not wrong, sir. Just give it
the truth.
I was poor. I'm just saying, we're poor growing. I was very poor growing up. Like, and then just thinking of Disneyland is, when I live closer to Disney World, thinking of Disney World, and that being a thing. And those were the prices. I think those are 92, so 93. I think it's not either 92 or 93's prices, bro. There was no way in hell that was going to happen to me. If I were to walk, say go to Darlene Latrice Johnson, and be like, Mom, can you take me and my brother and my sister to Disney? At those prices, she would have looked at hell nah. Ain't no way in hell we gonna get down there. So like, it was pretty bad. It's pretty bad, but that's crazy. That's insane to me. Like to look at that and like, man, those were the prices back then.
I know.
You know what I mean? And now we try to take my sons. It's like it's the world. I guess like the internet kind of shrunk the world and stuff like that. I now live not even saying growing up in Mobile, Alabama. Now I'm thinking about how Disneyland is for like these people being able to go into Disneyland. I live just like virtually down the street from Disneyland, and we try to take our boys at least once a year. And those prices, fuck, man. I wish I could just take my money and go to the 90s.
Yeah, I do. You know what I mean? I agree. And I've only been to Disneyland too. I've never been to Disney World. You can't go to Disney World at this point because of Ron DeSantis. You got to wait until someone else is going. But
right,
yeah, dude. No, it would be sick if there was a portal to the 90s and we could just go back there.
Right. I wish I could. I just take my money. I'm like, Mom, it's on me. Here's $200. Go crazy.
I do not need the internet. I will be fine without it. I'm going back.
It's $200. Go crazy. Where you get this money from, boy? This is life-changing money. That's how poor we were, bro. This is crazy. Where we at? Number two. Speaking of, man, my mom didn't drive, so that's probably another big reason we didn't go to Disney World or Disneyland like that. I'm pretty sure like airfare tickets was crazy. We probably should look at that stuff. I'm gonna look at like airfare back in the 90s and see how much that costs, and see if I would be able to finance a whole trip. And then I'm gonna buy a time machine. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna take my I'm gonna take $300 and we're gonna be balling. All right. But number two, just in case we had to drive, these gas prices would have definitely got us there. Look at that, 90 cents for gas, 97 for plus. If you were balling, you were paying that 102 for Supreme gas. There was nothing like just $5 was really legit gas money. You know what I'm saying? If you had to go across town, you throw somebody a $5 spot, they'll take you anywhere anywhere in the world virtually at that point, because the gas is only 90 cents a gallon. On the last episode, I talked about buying a Tesla because gas had reached like over $6 a gallon here in California. And prior to that, I drove a Cadillac Escalade, and that takes a lot of gas, man. And then there's the minivan on top of that. So that's like almost like $250 in gas a week that we put in our cars. And like, nope, can't do it, man. So like gas prices definitely are in my opinion, the top thing that I miss about the night. And I really wasn't even driving like that. You know, so I got my driver's license in 1996, and I think gas was like 93, 94 cents a gallon, which still wasn't bad, but you know, I had a little job. I put my little $20 in my, you know, saying in the gas tank, and it would last me about a week and a half. It's crazy. Do you know what do you remember about the gas? The gas.
Yeah, I remember when it went to $2 and it was like, gas is $2 now. Like, you know, and that was like this unbelievable nightmare. And now today I was like, oh, okay, $4.50. All right.
I was living in Fayetteville, North Carolina when I saw gas went up to 126 and I lost my fucking mind. I was like, this war is bullshit.
You know, I remember you'd fill a tank for $20 and you'd be like, man, $20 gone. That's now I'm like, $20. Can I get a gallon for that, please? Like,
oh, $20 of gas. You're like, ooh, man, you put a lot of gas in your car. Where you going? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Someone's going around the world in 80 days, huh?
You must be going to Atlanta or something. Like,
you put $20 on gas. Well. Sorry. I didn't know the king was in town. Yeah. Like, you know.
Are you going across the street? What the fuck? $20 gas.
Now, can I get 20 on pump too? Why? What's the point of that? It's not even gonna turn your car on. Like,
hey, you need some more money, man. I can give you a little bit. Take those pennies off. How many pennies are in that tray right there?
Oh man.
The number one
thing that we miss from the 90s, and I think that this will be pretty universal for everybody. Yes, I gotta be honest. I think that everyone will agree with this because we all miss this. We used to be a proper country, etc. The thing that people always say, pizza buffets, most specifically Pizza Hut, CC's, and Godfather's. Now listen, COVID taught us that buffets are terrible. I understand that. And it's not only pizza buffets that we've lost. We've also lost incredible places like Sweet Tomatoes. All terrible. A lot of Vegas buffets shut down. Awful. But we literally used to be able to go to one of these places, and depending on when and whatever, you put $5 to $10, depending on where you are and when, and you just eat yourself sick. Like at CC's, at Godfather's, they had the dessert pizza. Pizza Hut, I believe, had the same thing. Like they had the deep dish. They had Pizza Hut had like a salad bar at one point. Like, this is one of the greatest things in the world. Like, Pizza Hut buffet day was the best day of the year. Like when you did the reading thing, and your class read the most books, and you got to go to the Pizza Hut buffet. It was like that was what life was like about. And I would eat like a whole pizza, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, you're so fat." I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm at the Pizza Hut buffet. God damn it! Like, this was what it was all about. Pizza buffets were like a pizza party is just a weak ass interpretation of a pizza buffet. And when Godfathers used to have this raspberry icing dessert pizza, it was heaven, and it's just gone. And someone needs to bring it back. We need to invest in. You know what we should do? We need to invest in like an island. And just be like, this is 1990s Island.
It's 1990s, dude.
You're only allowed to see websites that were available in 1997. You can go to Yahoo.
Theme park.
There you go.
Theme park. 1990s theme park that includes the pizza buffet, a fucking what's 97 cent dollar, gas, 97 cent gas a gallon. Let's do a Blockbuster. Let's put a Blockbuster in that bitch.
97-cent rentals at Blockbuster.
Let's put a motherfucking pool hall in that bitch. You feel me? Complete with air.
This is what I'm saying. Like I really do like. Listen. All the technological advances truly have brought the world together. They've made a lot of things better. All those things are true. But what they have destroyed are all the social things that we once had.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're literally look. We're literally sitting here on a podcast talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? We're not even in the same room. That's what's happened to
Not
to
in
this
the same
world.
state.
You know, and it's just it's time to create the new pizza buffet pool hall blockbuster.
and we're gonna charge him $7,000 to get in.
He's on his way. He's like, I'm coming.
Hey, we're gonna charge him $7,000 to get in because we need gas money.
Yeah, there you go. It's a lifetime membership.
Two things, bro. Like seriously,
Pizza Club.
I told you about CC's, right? There's also a Godfather's. I don't know if there's a Godfather's there, but there's also a Godfather's in Mobile. So if I take you down to Mobile for Mardi Gras, we're gonna go to CC's.
We're going
to go to Godfather.
We're going to CC's and Godfather. We're not
Yes,
going
sir.
to a local barbecue. No, we're going to CC's. There's a Burger King down there that's baller. We're going there. No, just that's the crazy thing is like because I have all my Alabama family and I would avoid them like the fucking plague. If it was, like, I'd hide from those people. I don't want to hear what the latest Republican Ku Klux Klan meeting was in Alabama. I don't do. I love my family because they're my family, but I am positive that they probably support Trump. And so I like to just pretend that they don't and then not talk to them.
Yes,
so,
sir.
99-cent Whoppers. Oh,
Let's
God.
go. Let's go.
Oh, dude, I miss the Whopper. I miss Burger King. The only Burger King I have sucks. They suck now. I miss good Burger King.
Crazy shit about it, bro. I said that same thing to my wife yesterday. Like, I miss Whoppers. Whoppers were so good. Growing up, Whoppers were my favorite sandwich because I got them a lot because they were 99 cents.
The Whopper was bomb, and now it's just God, we sound so old. Everything was better when we were young. Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes.
But I remember I did like a book report, not a book report, but some type of report, and I was looking at prices back in. I guess like this is what I was doing. It's like in the 90s. I was looking at prices like in the 30s and 40s. And seeing how the difference, like, oh man, I wish I would have had my money, and that was poor then. I wish I had my money. I'd take my money and go to the fucking 30s and 40s. But I don't know if I would do that. And like, boy, what you doing? What you doing with $25?
Okay, you want to talk about Boston being racist? Yes, there you go. Go. The Boston in the 30s and 40s. That would not be a place that you would want to be. I agree with you wholeheartedly, sir.
What would you do with $35?
But you wouldn't want to be in New York. You wouldn't want to be. Listen,
fuck no.
Listen, that's
being
one
black
thing.
With $35 in the 30s, bro, I'll be dead.
That's one thing that Louis C.K. said that I know he's he's the scum all these things, but one thing that he said is that time travel is very much a white person's luxury because a black person cannot fuck with anything before. He's like anything before 1980. It's like. He was just saying like how like white people think of time travel. It's like, oh, it's so cool. It's like for black people, it's not cool. Like he was just the point was very good. It's like that's yet another thing that white people. It's a pretty funny thing because it doesn't exist, but it's hilarious how like even time travel is rooted in white privilege. Like that's a pretty goddamn funny truth. Like
when Donald Trump said "Make America Great Again," we were like, "Wait, what do you mean again?"
Yeah,
when was it? When was it great?
When was this?
When exactly? Before we jump on this train, let us know when exactly are you talking about when it was great because it ain't been great.
It's the Drewski thing. That what do you mean? So you guys are doing Truth Be Told from the Dominican, right? You said.
Yeah, that'll come out in a couple weeks.
That's gonna be sick.
This week we're gonna do Jay Reels. We have an episode with Jay Reels. We're gonna be on his show. We have an episode of Truth Be Told coming out on Monday. Then we'll do Jay Reels on Wednesday. So be on the lookout for that. What's going on with the Blunt Doctor?
I don't know. I'm like in hibernation because the Suns are ruining everything. We'll do a show tomorrow night. Wrapping up this what has been a disaster series, but it's not over yet. But I have to like. B is going off in my DMs about how Jokic isn't even good, and I have to I know he's not having a good series, but he's like Jokic is not a good defender. I'm like, well, Jokic has never been a good defender. Nobody's saying that. And then he like showed me some YouTube video where some random guy was like, yeah. I'm like, who gives a fuck about this person? Like, he needs like a humbling, and so he's gonna get one on the show next week. So that's gonna happen, but. Oh, we could have beaten the Spurs, man. I really hate the way that this season ended. But hey, what are you gonna do? That's sports. We root for laundry. It is what it is.
Hey, man. Yeah, I don't think we were recording with Duke lost, so like I'm still kind of stung about that. But
and the Red Sox fired Alex Cora. So there you go.
Oh, well,
they fired everybody. They fired the entire. They fired everybody. They even reassigned Jason Varitek, who Jason Varitek is a Red Sox legend.
Yeah.
So that shows how dude, their ownership group they're such a joke. Like, because the one thing I will say about the Red Sox is like they look at themselves
and wish
you saw the movie Moneyball.
Yeah.
And at the end of Moneyball, when he interviews with the Red Sox owner, and that guy's like, "We're going to be ahead of the game because of you," and all this stuff. And I feel like the Red Sox still look at themselves as if they're ahead of the game 20 years ago, and it's like they haven't morphed or grown at all. And then now they're like, it's like not that Alex Cora was some incredible manager, but he's a good manager, and their roster sucks. And so the idea that like he's the problem, our GM sucks. They continue to have shitty GMs. Red Sox are a disaster. So there you go. That's just
that is fine with me, sir.
It's true. I mean, we still won a World Series more recently than you, so
no big deal. No big deal.
We all hate the Dodgers, so that's really all that matters.
Even the garbage can gets a stay.
Hates the fucking Dodgers, like, dude, like, oh my god, I'm so tired of that goddamn team. Somebody. I might almost root for the Yankees in the World Series this year if they play the Dodgers again.
If they make it,
the Yankees, dude. The thing is that at this point, the Dodgers are what we all hated the Yankees for.
Yeah,
like the buying championships thing that the Yankees used to do. The Dodgers are now the ones doing that. So it's like
I'm laughing at everybody about that right now too.
Well, it's just the truth. Like the Dodgers,
but I'm not bugged out about it because like I was never bugged out about it when the Yankees.
Well, yeah, you can't be upset about it. No.
But I'm not saying it has nothing to do with being the Yankees. It just makes sense to me. Like if I had the means, then I would have. But my house would have nice things. I would have a nice thing. I would have a nice house filled with nice things. If I had a baseball team, and I could buy players, to win championships, then I'm gonna do that too.
I wouldn't listen. I can't say anything because the Red Sox have repeatedly been the most expensive team. I'm not even. All I'm saying is that, like, if we're going to point our ire at someone for buying championships, the Dodgers are the ones doing that at this point.
Oh yeah, they are definitely guilty as charged.
If you're going to hate someone for that, you should hate the Dodgers for it. Now, Brittany hates the Dodgers like to her core. It's a very interesting thing about her. Like, she hates the Dodgers like in a way that I hate the Jets. It's very interesting. But regardless, this has been a good one, man. I appreciate you. Let's do it next week. Actually, next week this time. We'll see what we do.
Yeah, we'll see what we do. All right, man. Great show, man. Appreciate you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you drop a like on this video. Make sure you share it with a friend. Share it with a friend for the doc. I am King Hulie. We have the King and Doc podcast. Peace.